Hey YouTubers, got another video review for you today. This one's from a company by the name of Suspenz. I'll put a link to their website in the description. And what this product is a kayak super heavy duty workstation. And we're going to see just how super heavy duty this thing is. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you just how to put it together and tell you all about the features and let you know exactly what I think. Is this a good product? Is it not a good product? Now, if you're wondering, well, why do I need a kayak stand? Well, if you're washing them or doing any kind of mods to them, you know, instead of rather doing it on the ground or trying to do it on your kayak trailer or in the back of your truck or whatever, this just makes it so much easier to be able to get to, you know, the kayak. And you can kind of flip it up on its side, you can flip it up on its back, just do whatever you need to do just to be able to access, you know, the kayak and do all your mods and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, this is just going to make it a lot easier. So I went ahead and opened them up, and I'm about to show them to you. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I pulled these babies right out of the box was, man, they are nice, really nice. The fit and finish on these is superb. I do have to give it to them. I was not expecting them to be this nice. I figured when they come out of the box that they would have a few scratches or something on them. No, these things arrived perfect. As far as the materials that they're made out of, the legs and body of this workstation is made out of a high strength 6061 T6 aluminum. So what does that mean? Well, that means that they're going to be super strong. That is a higher strength aluminum, and they're going to be weather resistant, so you don't have to worry about them rusting. And you know, if you're wondering, well, isn't the hardware going to rust? Nope. They got you hooked up. They give you all stainless steel hardware that comes in the kit, so that's really nice. Plus the nuts on the end are nylocks, so they're not going to come loose over time and fall off and you end up having to deal with a mess. Plus they only weigh 7 pounds each, so you're talking 14 pounds. That's really nothing. And you know, these things that support up to 350 pounds. Check that out, 350 pounds. They are powder coated on top of being aluminum, so you know, there's no chance that they're gonna look bad. The paint might fade a little bit if you was to leave them outside, but you know, if you do, you know, it's not going to be an issue because they're not going to rust and the hardware's not going to rust. So plus with a weight capacity of 350 pounds, I don't know of any kayak on the market, even fully loaded with all your gear and stuff, you know, is going to break these. So like I said, when you get them out of the box, they come about 95% assembled. All you have to do is attach these little cross braces, and here it is. And what you do with them is you just take and you attach them just like this, one to that side, one to this side, and then one to the other side. And then you do the same thing for your other workstation right here. So like I said, it comes with the stainless steel hardware and the nylocks and the bolts. And so the only tool that you'll need, because they did provide you with an Allen wrench, but the only tool that you'll need is the elusive 10mm socket, you know, the one that you can never find when it's time to work on something. Well, as you can see, when you go to assemble this little cross brace right here, you put the bolts in going that way and your nuts screw in right there. And then one thing I wanted to show you is right here on the bottom of the legs, they've got these rubber feet, and they're sealed up on the bottom. So if you do set these out on the grass or they get in the mud or whatever, the bottom of the hole is not going to cake up with mud, and it's, you know, not going to be a mess. So all right guys, well, I got all the little crossbars bolted on and tightened up, and all the hardware went in there nice and neat, just like it should. You know, a lot of times when you buy stuff, it comes with cheap hardware and you'll end up stripping it out. I got to say, the quality of the hardware was really good on this. I didn't even cuss one time, so that was a plus. And so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take some measurements for you guys, because I'm sure you're curious just like me. You know, will my kayak fit on here? Will it not fit on here? So, all right, just stay tuned. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is right here on these slings, they got Velcro attachment points, so you can take them loose, it's double Velcro. So it's got this little piece that flaps down and connects onto that back piece, but then it's also Velcroed right in here. So it's got like double Velcro on it to hold it in place. And really don't know why that, you know, you would need to replace them. I mean, I guess if you left them out in the sun for a year or two, they would probably, you know, discolor and they might get brittle or something like that. So, you know, I would say that they make them, they probably sell replacements for them. But, you know, if you don't want to put them on there and you wanted to use this stand for, you know, something else without the sling, then you just take that sling off or leave it hanging over to the side like that, and you know, you could use it for something else. I mean, like I said, I do a little bit of woodworking sometimes, and if I want to use it as a sawhorse to cut a 2x4, then that's probably what, you know, this thing's going to be used for sometime as well, besides just kayak. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure these from side to side for you. And, you know, they've got that rubberized padding here on the edges. So I'm going to measure to the inside part of that padding to the other side, and it comes out to 30 3/4. So, you know, if you've got a kayak that's 30 3/4 that'll fit in between these bars right here, then, you know, it should fit. You can call Suspenz up, and I'm sure they've got a list of most of the kayaks that'll fit on this, and there's a few that won't. I'll show you those there here in a few minutes. Now I'm going to measure right here on each side of the that rubberized padding, and it measures about 19.5 inches. So, you know, they're nice and stable. They're not gonna feel wobbly to you. I've used some other kayak stands, and you know, they just seem really wobbly. But since these have got the braces on the feet, and you know, they're solid. Even with a heavy kayak on there, I don't think you're gonna have any problems as beefy as these things are. Now, as far as the height here on the ends, they measure right at 30 1/4 high with them opened up like this. But then you can close them, and then the height of them now is going to be right at 42.5 inches tall with them in the closed position. So, you know, they do fold up really nice. Now, if you're worried about these taking up much room in your garage or whatever, you just lift up on them just like that. You can store them up against the wall. And same thing with this one as well. You just lift up right there and just close them up. And, you know, they tuck nice and neat up against the wall. Well, as you can see, you know, that ain't nothing for these stands. I mean, this kayak here weighs about roughly about 75-80 pounds, and you know, it easily holds them. Feels nice and sturdy. I mean, even if you just bounce it up off the ground, I mean, I gotta say, you know, even if you rock them like that, you know, it's not gonna flip over unless you just really push it over like that. But, you know, just to rock it back and forth, you see how sturdy the legs are. So, you know, I don't know what more you could ask for from a heavy duty cart like this, because it's built stout. I'm 6'1", and you can see the kayak is at a comfortable height for me to work on it. So there's anything that I wanted to reach to be able to get to, whether I'm hooking up a battery box or a trolling motor, or, you know, fish finder, transducers, you know, any of that kind of stuff. It's right here at the perfect height where you can access everything. And if you want to flip the kayak over, you just pull it over. I mean, it's got that sling that it slides on, and it's really easy to move around. You know, if you ain't got no seat or none of the accessories up here that's going to dump out, then you could easily flip it over. And it's very simple just to flip it over. A lot of times I'll take and wash my kayaks at the beginning of the season, and that way, you know, I've got all the dust and dirt and stuff from the winter time where they've been sitting on my kayak trailer. So I'll just wash them out, hit them with a pressure washer, and I'll wash the top and bottom, and sometimes I'll rub some protectant on them to keep them nice the color nice and vibrant on them. And you know, other than that, you know, you could easily use this to make kayak repairs. This would be the perfect height if you're going to do some plastic welding or whatever, and I've got a video for that coming up this summer. This is just a perfect workstation for a kayak. There's really not that much more to say. I mean, they're really strong. You see I'm bouncing this kayak around on top of them, just kind of throwing it around just to show you that, you know, they'll hold up. They're rated for 350 pounds, and you know, I'm no little boy. I'm 6'1". I'm about 310, 15 pounds. So I wouldn't have any problem with laying down on them. And you can see they didn't fold up. So they are built strong. I give them that. And you know, they're still kicking, even with my big old butt laying across the top of them. So anyways, I give the Suspenz 2 thumbs up. Now you can see I'm on the Suspenz website. The cart's got 5 out of 5 stars. These babies sell for $199.95. Yeah, they're a little bit expensive, but you know, you get what you pay for. You know, they are made out of high quality materials, you know, high strength aluminum, powder coated. You ain't gonna have to deal with rust. Stainless hardware. It's got a nice sling. It's not going to scratch up your kayaks. You know, I see these things lasting a long time. So anyways, now if you got questions, like I said, about which kayaks these will fit and which ones they won't fit, it says Sling Adjustment. Note, they will not hold the Titan 10.5 and 12, Old Town Autopilot 12 and 13.5, the Hobie Pro Angler 12 and 14, or the Jackson Big Rig HD, because they do not taper enough at the bow and stern. So it just means they're a little too wide. And then right in here, you got all the specifications and all that kind of stuff. And I've already told you about all that. But check out the Suspenz website. Like I said, I'll put it in the description down below. I've done a review for Suspenz in the past. I reviewed their all-terrain Super Duty airless cart, and I'll link that video to this one. I've got to say that, you know, the Suspenz cart is an amazing product as well. I'm still using it, and you know, this thing really holds up. I've had 300 pounds on this cart before and it didn't break. I was surprised. I thought that it would, but you know, this is a phenomenal cart. It's got the flat free tires, and they're bigger tires than normal. It's got this little kick down leg that holds the cart upright so it don't fall over while you're trying to put the kayak on it. And then it's all adjustable right in here. It's got these different pins. And so, you know, if you're in the market for a good kayak cart, this is definitely the one to get. Check out my video on that. I wanted to tell you, if you're into kayaking, make sure you check out my Facebook group. It's called Fishing Kayak Mods. And you can see I've got about 29,100 subscribers. We'll be over 30,000 before you know it. And, you know, just join and take a look around. Get a lot of helpful tips and different ideas and tricks. And people are just very helpful and knowledgeable and just want to help you with your questions and stuff about kayaks, kayak trailers, and trolling motors, and anything you can think of kayak related. These guys are pros for sure. Then I'll also run another group on Facebook called Kayak Trailer Mods, and as you can see, you got about 10,400 plus members on that group. And this group here is all about taking your any kind of boat trailer, utility trailer, and turning it into a kayak trailer, and turn it into, you know, your personal rig to store all of your kayaks and devices and gear and coolers and all that kind of stuff. And so anyways, appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And again, guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.